the will of God, yet in distress. In other words, Lord, have done exactly what you called me to do. You have prevailed because you have not given me no recompense as to what I have rendered over to you. You have not paid me, in other words, what you should have paid me. Is there anybody who ever felt like you didn't get what God promised you? He promised you some things. There were some prophetic words going out over your life, and you did not get what you were promised, and you're still waiting on your promise, yet he still uses you while you're waiting. That's where Jeremiah was. He says, you deceived me, you have prevailed. Glory be to God. He says, for since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil. In other words, Lord, I cried the words that you've given me. You didn't give me a word of restoration. You gave me a word of deliverance. I cried and I've been obedient, and it was violence, and I cried spoil, and yet I find myself fast in the stock. So you need to understand the picture. In fast in the stock was, it was a prisoner who was taken out of the dungeon. He was placed outside of the castle, and they would put him in these things that would lock his head and his hands. They would shackle his feet. He was an open spectacle. So not only was he going through the mere fact that God did not give him what he expected, but Lord, now you made me an embarrassment. So everybody who walks by will see him. They would adjure him and tease him because he's fast in the stocks. They're walking by him saying, Jeremiah, where is your God now? You prophesied, now you're out, made an open spectacle. But one thing I know about God, if he brings you out in the open, it's because he's about to show off in your life. If he ever pulls you out on stage, it may start as an embarrassment, but it will end up giving God the glory. Touch your neighbor, say, neighbor, God wants you to know that he's up to something. You lost your house, you're embarrassed. You lost your car, you're embarrassed. The repo man came, but God is about to give some glory